So it is a wonderful Tuesday morning, and we had a long night. The horse that turned out sick, Elijah. Let me turn the camera around. Let me show you where I'm sitting. This is at the bottom dam. His lenses are fogged up or something. That's maybe a bit better. And let's walk through the friendly forest while I tell you about it. Elijah was a rescue horse, and he ended up, I feel, rescuing two girls that came from rough backgrounds. We gave him to them, and under our supervision they fed him up, made him fat, took care of him. And the interesting thing about very often about animals is when you take care of them, they take care of you as well. The one child, when she arrived here, was all covered, sleeves up to their little hoodies, always in a little bunch. And yesterday, while we were there with the horse, she talked, and days before she started talking to us and relaxing, started wearing other clothes other than the so I think horses do have a positive, very positive effect on children and humans in general. Animals, being close to animals, when you take care of them, very often you don't know it even yet, but they take care of you mentally and physically, etc. Okay, so now we were wondering what to do with the body, and I called the cheetah conservation farm, and they said they can't feed it to their cats because of the pain medication we used, and so that's not going to work. The guys really wanted to feed it to humans, have guys come out and take the meat. That wouldn't work, because if we can't feed it to a cheetah, then I'm not going to risk feeding it to a human, although they are very, very willing to take the risk. They believe they will be fine. I won't be able to sleep if I feed it to people. My wife will also not be happy if I feed it to people. The children were crying and crying last night about the whole situation. Just a quick comparison. That's the friendly forest, all of that life, and then Damien's forest, that I feel is almost lifeless. New baobab tree there, new pit. We did jam up our mulching game yesterday, but it's still not sufficient. We still have to do quite a lot of mulching around everything. There's some trees that I feel is starting to be okay with the mulching. We've also started removing a lot of the tires from the forest, but it can be better. Okay, so those rocks, my special project would have been a guest toilet over here, bathroom shower thing, and for that I started digging a sewage already. Now we can move the location of that, and we can move the location of the sewage, but the plan was to fill this up as a sewage and then just move it, and that way we fertilize the garden as we go along. The municipality wasn't going to be happy about it, but I thought they'll never know. But this is then going to turn into the grave for the horse today. We're gonna cut it up so we can carry it. The horse is a very heavy thing. Put it in there, close it up, and then the children can plant a tree on top of it and remember it that way. The other thing that we are doing today is, on top of the mulching and so on, we are planting leucaena next to prickly pears. So we have 43 prickly pears leaves, I think that's what I counted the last time. So the mulching is coming around better. The one other thing that I think is a problem in Damien's forest is the drainage. The water just runs down and it's just gone. So here's the prickly pear leaves. The water just, you can leave a pipe running and it just disappears into the soil. So I think that it might be one of the problems here. But we certainly don't get the growth we get over there. I mean, you can just see the difference here. The growth there is just much better. So this is actually just an insert clip because I was 100% sure that I made this video clip, but it turns out that I only made a short about this. So quickly wanted to show you this. So this is seeds that we've been planting today. There is millet and chickpeas or cowpeas and sunflower seeds and maize and things like that. Also these things, I can't remember the name in English. It's also a type of grass or grain. We've been digging these holes all over the place where the forest meets the horse camp. I quickly want to run through and show you just how many we actually did. You see some in these tires. There is actually still some leucaena that survived. Now the reason we did it on the forest, in the forest like this, is I wanted to test something. There's a lot of organic matter on the ground here, and even before the rain this morning there was moisture in the soil. The soil is quite clayey. Let me just walk around here quickly. And so I wanted to see if we take a stable system and we turn that, we sort of expand on that, what would happen. So there's quite a lot here and goes on there, but I wanted to go down here quickly and show you what else we've done, and then I want to show you the other pits. Now I made a short while the guys was working here, but it seems like I forgot to make a horizontal video for this movie. So while we were checking spots, we also opened more dead brush. So we ended up by making another branch structure. Now this is only about 20 meters from the one in front there, and about 40 meters from that one there. So there's actually, for this, at this tree here, that is actually the space where we should then put the next one. Then there's 4 structures in the river very close to one another, but at the moment that is structure number 5, if you don't count that half built. So this is now on the other side of the river, where we've also been planting in all of the empty spots. And so we were planting, and then the rain came. So that is what you'll see. So these ones, as you can see, the water comes down there, falls into this land, hits that little berm. So all of them are like mini little pits. Here you can see the clay content by the shininess of the shovel marks there, or the pick marks there. So they are all over the place here. See, they go on and on. So we added these between the trees to see how they go. And a space like that that's opened now was closed this morning. All of dead sticks and branches and all of that has now been chopped and dropped and placed here. So this is our one beaver analog thingy that we built today. So this is the back of that one. And so the 5 structures in the river does not count that half-made, poorly constructed one day. I think I'm going to keep it there. I'm just going to add to it. And then I've been thinking about removing those tires, or having those ones maybe be the last tires. I'm slowly but surely removing tires from the food forest, as I no longer need them. And so soon I'll be tire free there as well, for now. In any case, I'm not saying that I'll never use tires again, but I think for now it's time to get rid of them as much as possible. I think I should get a waterproof camera. It's been raining to such an extent that the guys and I, it's nice and wet, we've been planting all until we decided we can't anymore. And on the car you can see how much rain we've got already. And then here you can see, you can almost not find the dry land yet still. So it's raining so softly that the water doesn't run on the ground, but it just goes in. My camera or my phone is completely filled now. Now here you can see how much clay content is there in the arena, and that's already shiny. Here you can see the shininess, and the shininess is an indication of water not going into the ground. Water not going into the ground is an indication of clay. The other thing that I thought you should get an update on is the growth of the newly made side pits. So in each one of these we've got cowpeas coming up, and these are the ones that was, according to me, dug wrong. This is more made in the traditional way, and I actually want a little bit of a deeper pit, but we are lucky they are working, and the rain was enough to get them started. And then these ones were made a little bit more to my liking. Now they were planted mostly with different kinds of grasses, and then I know there's a little bit of cowpeas in the mix as well. Now the grass species here is I don't know. When I make a video I forget the name every single time. Sorghum. The name is sorghum. Anyway, so hundreds of these little pits with life popping up everywhere, and so this area here will also turn very green in the near future. These ones are rather new. They were dug more randomly, deeper. I like the deeper idea, but this was the first rain, not a flowing rain, so it might not have been enough. But let's check here quickly. See, that is the amount of water we got in soft soil. So we might get germinations in these pits as well. Now they were ordered not to do them in straight lines. They were ordered to just put the soil on the downhill side, but to dig them in the areas where there's no grass. These ones here, those ones were just told dig pits, but there wasn't really any plants around in any case. Okay, so hopefully tomorrow I'll post a rain video, if this clouds do their jobs. We do have strong predictions of rain, so hopefully that will happen. But for now, that is the end of my story. Thank you very much for your support, and have a wonderful day.